right, Matt, UFC Dublin, our main card. This is the portion that begins on Saturday. And in our first fight on the main card, we have Aaron Chalmers taking on Austin Clem. And Matt, Aaron Chalmers has started to really carve out a pretty decent MMA career. I mean, this is a guy that maybe not a lot of people expected a whole lot in terms of the sport we're concerned. I mean, he got his beginnings in Bama. He graduated into Bellator. But all of a sudden, he's 5-1, and he continues to submit opponents. His one loss, obviously, coming to Corey Browning, a guy who's become just a big name killer, a guy who's beaten Baby Slice and Aaron Chalmers. But since then, 2 wins. He's looked very good. And he's taken on the American Austin Clem, who's going to make the trip across the pond. A guy whose amateur record at 6-1, pro at 3-1. And out of those 3 wins as a pro, all of them by submission. So you're kind of getting like for like in this fight. As far as the odds are concerned, though, Aaron Chalmers coming in on minus 245 favorite. Austin Clem plus 200. Over on Tapology at a 211 votes. 92% of fans going with Aaron Chalmers. 66% rather picking him to win by knockout. Hasn't won a fight by knockout since the end of 2017. What do you see in this fight? I mean, Aaron Chalmers, for what he is, he's really done quite well.
Exactly, and that's the very good way of saying it. For what he is a guy who kind of had a large level of celebrity outside of the cage, of course, and then decided to make the transition into MMA, and he's done it the right way when you really think about it. He started in Bama, like you said, worked his way into Bellator, and he's not just trying to go, okay, only let me fight on the main cards, like I want as many eyeballs as possible. Of course they're going to do that because of his level of fame, but he's still fighting lower level guys, working his way up, and he is making good improvements from fight to fight. We saw when he first started in Bellator, he had no grappling whatsoever, and honestly, that's probably one of the stronger parts of his game. If you've been watching Aaron Chalmers, that's why I find it kind of interesting that so many people on Tapology think he's going to win by TKO, when honestly he's more likely to win by submission if it's going to be a stoppage either way. But he has shown improvement from fight to fight to fight, and the guy like Austin Clem is the right kind of guy you want to match Aaron Chalmers up with, because you want Chalmers to win, of course, because he is such a big name, and a guy like Austin Clem is probably going to give him quite a few different aspects to work on in his MMA game, so that win or lose or draw in this fight, Aaron Chalmers will have something to work on afterwards. So I think they are doing the right thing with him promotionally, at least. And going by my pick, he's too big of a favorite, I believe. I know we see that a lot in Bellator. We talk about that all the time, how kind of outside the UFC, the betting lines are somewhat skewed just in a ridiculous manner. And he hasn't shown anything to tell me that he should be a 2-1 favorite over anyone, really. But that's just due to the fact that we haven't seen him fight all that much.
And I'll play into this. If you go over into Best Fight Odds, which is the site that we use all the time, and when we're going off of our odds, it's an aggregate score, so it just does the average. And I think that's the best way to go, because some sites might have him minus 600, and some might have him as an underdog. But he actually opened as a minus 170 favorite, so the line shifted because quite a bit of money's come on Aaron Chalmers, and I would agree with you. I'm going to take him to win.
So much.
I wouldn't say by knockout, though. I would sooner say submission or decision. But exactly, this is a great stepping stone for Aaron Chalmers, especially close to home in Ireland. An English guy, a Geordie Shore guy. And Matt, listen, we're really looking forward to the weekend of fights. We got Bellator 239, 240, and Dublin picks, and UFC Auckland picks here with Fight Night Picks. It's a busy week. Looking forward to it. Check them out there. And as we always say, Matt, with Fight Night Picks, let's get into it.